I remember reading an article on what constitutes a good teacher. Good teachers care, learn, create, believe, and enjoy. Good teachers learn. They learn by reflecting what they have done so as to draw perspective, to think back on what they have done, how well it was done, and what was achieved from it. Reflections lead to greater self-awareness and remembering with a grounding of beliefs. This is exactly what I am going to do. From this module, the most useful concept that I have learned is conceptual metaphors. Most of the concepts taught in this module weren't something new to me, but conceptual metaphors was the one that left the greatest impact on me, making me think on how I can better understand it and how it could be used when I start teaching. Basically, conceptual metaphors made me think deeper into its purpose and the practicality of it in schools. George Lakoff and Mark Johnson mentioned that conceptual metaphors are pervasive in everyday life, and we understand things through the use of metaphorical models. They help us to make sense of difficult abstract notions. And as we know, conceptual metaphor is the linking of two conceptual areas. The source domain is mapped onto the target domain, bringing with it its characteristics. Through this module, I have learned that conceptual metaphors help to reveal even more conceptual metaphors. For example, education is a sporting competition. This also helps to reveal that students are competitors, parents or teachers are coaches, schools are the organizers, and maybe even the government is a sponsor. Conceptual metaphors also accounts for how people understand each other's common sense. Like how life is a journey. This implies that a purposeful life is one that moves on, and lives have different seasons, such as a beginning, middle, and an end. Hence, when someone says, "Who wouldn't want to move forward in life?" we understand it straight away and think that it's common sense. Last but not least, conceptual metaphors can hide and highlight aspects of target domain. For example, understanding is equated to seizing. This highlights a familiar aspect of understanding new ideas, such that an abstract entity becomes tangible as seen in examples. But it hides the important point that sometimes understanding comes slowly, requires some effort, and that ideas are reinterpreted by each individual. The hidden meaning behind it requires critical thinking and deep analysis. Since conceptual metaphors are present everywhere, it should be taught to students to allow them to understand the concept of things and to improve their way of expression. This will teach them not to take language for granted and to really consider the meaning behind it. As Dr. Ramona always say, we do not look at these concepts for the sake of looking at it, but rather there are intentions behind it for us to explore.